Hi, it's Scott from Zoden Guitars. Yeah, just a bit of an update. I've been selling and moving a few guitars of late, and a couple of my builds and a couple of rebuilds and a couple of older guitars I've had, which has allowed me to free up a little bit of cash, and I've splashed it on a guitar that has a bit of significance to me. It's one of my favourite styles of guitars, and yeah, it's basically was made the same year I was actually born, so there was another bit of significance there. So without further ado, I'll show you what I've actually got myself here. Alright, what we're looking at here is a 1971 Les Paul Custom. Awesome guitar. A little bit bashed and crashed. Pretty well stock. There's a few things that are probably not stock on it, but it's got the stock pickups, the paint and sticker T-top pickups. All the knobs are all original. There is inserts, they have fallen out. I've got them in a bag. I'll end up putting a little spot of glue in there and putting them in properly once I get a bit further down the track. There's a couple of little marks here and there, but all in all, the finish is actually really good on the top. There's a bit of obviously a bit of corrosion here and sweat corrosion from the playing, and a bit of patina on the binding. The binding's all really good. The headstock's in great condition. On the front, I will show you the back. The nut needs replacing. Whoever put it in there was pretty rough. Some of the issues that I will be fixing up, you can see here, whoever's done the fret job, it was done about 20 to 25 years ago, the owner said. You can see there they've cut into the binding. So what I'm going to do is get it refretted. Check that the neck is nice and straight, it plays beautifully. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to look to actually fill those little cracks in, or not cracks, cuts, and then sand it down smooth, and then do a bit of a false patina on the varnish once again. So a little bit of varnish, a bit of coating missing there, but I reckon that's a little bit of character. It's okay. I'm the same age as this guitar, and I've got some scars and bumps and bruises, so it's to be expected. Okay, all right, turning it over. There is one thing I will say about this guitar that I don't like. One of the owners used to smoke, and it doesn't reek of smoke, but it's certainly got a bit of the barroom smell going on. So hopefully I'll get some polishes and some cleaners and bits and pieces, and over time that'll disappear. So a little bit of paint missing there, a bit of scuffing on the back, but overall it's very good and very clean. The neck, the previous owner put a lot of wax on the neck to get it slippery, I guess, and it seems to have built up and got a little bit sticky, so I'm just in the process of fixing that up and cleaning that up. One thing I don't like, the old owner had put some Grover style machine heads on, and you can see here the old holes. I am actually going to look at fixing them up and just putting a little touch of black acrylic, nitrocellulose lacquer in there, and just to patch them up a tiny little bit. Nothing too bad. There's no break. As the 71, this is the three-piece neck. It's got the volute. These are also the pancake style bodies. So if you can see here, you can see like a little line going down the middle there, like the pancake. These guitars copped a fair bit of stick back in the day. These were the Norland era Les Pauls. These were made in the old factory though. But I tell you what, this thing absolutely snarls when you turn it up and you give it a bit of overdrive. Yeah, if you hit an E chord or an E minor and sustain the chord, you can just feel it humming through the guitar. It's yeah, I love it. Yeah, I think all I've got to do now is get it back to playing grade, or how I like it. Probably lower the action a tiny little bit, just give it a bit of a clean up. Don't really have to do much to it at all. The neck is absolutely fantastic, other than the binding. I'm not sure who did the job, but it was a bit of a MacGyver job by the look of it. It's nice. It is nice and flat, I'll grant him that, but yeah, it's not how I like it. So yeah, happy days. 1971 Les Paul Custom. I won't be selling this one. This one's going to be my main player now. I'm going to bring it back to life and play it to its heart's content, or to my heart's content anyway. Yeah, so there you go. Thanks very much.